This is the Oracle of the Feather Crown Tree, and this is Cancer's reading for when the Sun is in Leo 2020. How exciting. So I have been burning a little sage. I misted with some lilac essence, and I have some neroli essential oil going for your reading. And I'm feeling fine. So we are going to do this reading. It's the Radiant Astrology reading. It's really helping you just tune all of your houses, looking at every part of your chart and how you can really bring everything into its highest vibration this month. We will have a center card that is there to represent living from your heart center. And then the other cards in the wheel around start with Aries over in the middle on the left-hand side and go counterclockwise over to Pisces. So I am going to first do the card readings from the book, and then later into the reading, usually about 25 minutes in, I will do a intuitive interpretation, which may or may not relate to the reading I give from the books. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Your center card here, let's see what it says. Something will be revealed in a dream or through someone you trust. The information sheds light on something that has remained hidden from you for some time. Suddenly, the missing piece of the puzzle appears, and you are able to see the bigger picture. And now let's take a look at your first house, the Aries position, and you have Pig from the Chinese Oracle in the feminine energy. Forthright, naive, optimistic, kind, easily contented, straightforward, easygoing, happy-go-lucky. Without any goal or plan, the pig travel with the snail fairy, stopping and starting, making the best of things despite that the dense misty fog makes the distance blurred. As long as there is sunshine, the pig can find beauty around them. The boundless scenery is at the perilous peak. So that's really in your position of self-identity and how you show up to others in the world. Let's see here. We have next Taurus, the second house, and we're taking our card from the Celtic Shaman's deck. This is about what you value, monetary or otherwise. And you have the tree of vision and tradition. A solitary great tree stands in the middle of a flat plain. Its topmost branches touch the sky and extend outwards over a vast distance. Its roots reach down into the lower worlds. A flock of 9 white birds hovers in the air above it. This is all about tradition. It's a card of vision. One of the most important cards in this deck. This is a linking card that spans all 3 worlds, containing the elemental powers and beings with which you're going to be working. In its branches, you may encounter any of the sacred beasts, which become your totems for the duration of your current quest. Here also, you may walk beneath the worlds, taking the shaman's path that governs the entire direction of your journey. I'm going to read a little creative visualization associated with this card. Close your eyes and see before you a tree that you know well. It can be one in your own garden, in your street, or in a local park or woodland. Visualize it as clearly as possible. Then gradually see it begin to grow outward and upward until it stretches far above you and its trunk is too vast to encircle. Now put your arms around it and hug as much of the trunk as you can. Press in your ear against it. Listen to what it has to tell you of all the other great trees and of the Axis Mundi itself. When you have heard all that you need, release the tree and watch it slowly dwindle again until it's the original tree of your visualization. Open your eyes and write down everything you remember. Okay, the next card out will be representing Gemini, the third house. And our card will be drawn from the Tantric Dakini Oracle. For this month you have Earthbound. Let's have a look, see what this is about. So Gemini deals with communication, the media, short distance travels, your community, neighborhood, your siblings. Earthbound bears the number 21, signifying development from the world upward through the subtle centers to the stage of fulfillment in life. This card relates to the world of the traditional tarot. The surface of the earth viewed from space lies below. Above the horizon, the orb of a new earth is seen, as if suspended in the darkness of the night. This symbolizes the beginning inherent in every completed cycle. As we step out of one situation beyond our roots, suggested by the surface of the earth, the next moment manifests itself in the completeness of the new perspective. By our nature, we are destined to return to the earth until the completion of the cycles of incarnation. This card means the realization of the underlying meaning of earthly existence, the completion of a cycle, responsibility understood in its broader aspect as humanitarianism. The next house is the fourth house, associated with Cancer. Our card is coming from the Prophet deck, and you have the measureless and the immeasurable. Of time, you would make a stream upon whose bank you would sit and watch its flowing. Yet the timeless in you is aware of life's timelessness and knows that yesterday is but today's memory and tomorrow is today's dream. And that which sings and contemplates in you is still dwelling within the bounds of that first moment, which scattered the stars into space. Who among you does not feel that his power to love is boundless? Leo is next for the fifth house. The card is going to be from a Egyptian deck. And you have Wajet, life force energy, purification, the divine awakener. Wajet, the great cobra serpent goddess, is ancient. She is closely associated with Nekbet, Mother Mut. She was a fierce protector of children and later of pharaohs. From her position in the living uraeus crown, she spit fire at Pharaoh's enemies. You will find her upon Sekhmet's diadem as well. Wajet spirals her way into our lives, opening and clearing our chakra centers with her kundalini or life force energy. She is a daunting and sometimes fearsome presence. When this divine awakener moves through us, she purifies our motives and gives us the gift of humility, the most important characteristic that she looks for as we approach her. To receive her blessings in a merciful way, we must deal with issues around ignorance, greed, and arrogance. We can learn from wisdom or learn from woe, but Wadjet assures us that we will learn her lessons and take greater responsibility for our thoughts and actions in the world. She reminds us that it's not now or never, but now or later. If you have drawn this card, your ego may be undergoing a transformation or an adjustment that will balance your energies so that you can handle the power of this goddess. You may be experiencing a potent purification process that can express itself as a Kundalini awakening. Be prepared for a major shift in consciousness leading you from ignorance and greed to a more enlightened awareness. You may wish to make a written inventory of whatever comes to mind that you have been ignoring. Note anything that you've been acting out through inappropriate hunger or addictive ways. They are now ready to disintegrate and dissolve as you shift to a more enlightened way of being. If you're hitting the wall or bottoming out in a particular situation, you can call on this goddess to help you break through to the other side. So this is the house dealing with your home, dealing with your ancestry, dealing with your memories. The next one, I'm sorry, that was actually Leo. The one before that was dealing with that. So that was Leo. That's dealing with your presence in the world, you being in your power and on the world stage and enjoying a luxury if you can. So this next card is going to be from the Enchanted Spell Oracle. It's for the 6th house associated with Virgo, and this is about your due diligence done daily. It's also about your health and the health of your pets, your routines. You have faith, angelic messages, trust, surrender. It's featuring the lily. The sweet, heady fragrance of the lily has long been associated with visitations from the angels and is very similar to the uplifting perfume of the exotic ylang ylang. In medicine, it is used for its calming and astringent properties and to reduce inflammation. On a metaphysical level, lilies have been associated with a pure heart and the return of joy after a period of sadness. The use of lily oil on the body is said to purify the soul. The faith card depicts the priestess of faith as an angel, a heavenly messenger holding a white lily and a golden ball. Although she is kneeling to display her humility, her gold-tipped wings are shimmering, and the strident energy of the sun is very strong. The priestess of faith brings glad tidings and the promise of happiness after a time of sorrow. Above her, the illuminated text reads, "And the angel said unto her, Thou shalt give birth to the Son." In this case, the sun represents a new project or positive life change. The priestess of faith is here to let you know that you will just have to trust the angels that everything is going to work out for the best. Think of this card as an angel messenger delivering guidance from a higher source. This message from above is winging its way to you and is sure to illuminate your life like a little ray of sunshine, helping you to make the best decision possible. The card signifies that it is time to surrender to a higher power, let go, and let God or Goddess. So we will move over to the 7th house, associated with Libra. This house is about balance, especially in how we relate to people. It's also about beauty and our ability to receive. So you have from the Goddess Power deck, Demeter, the nurturer. Giving to others is a wonderful feeling. When you have a healthy sense of yourself, you want to share your love, your inspiration, and your experience. And the exchange feels clean. Your boundaries are fluid, yet strong. The Greek goddess of grain, motherhood, and the harvest, Demeter, reminds you that a harvest is meant to be shared. You've now tapped into her nurturing love, which is abundant, and your well-meaning gestures will be received with gratitude and in some way returned to you tenfold. Now is the time to nourish yourself too. Forgiving must be balancing by receiving. Allow yourself to feel how the universe is like a wonderful, nurturing mother that is always there when you need her. Demeter says to trust that you are loved and cared for all day, every day, and for all time, especially now. We're moving on to the 8th house next, the house of Scorpio. It's dealing with mystery, things that are very deep, things that could be hidden below the surface. Sometimes psychology, sexuality, power. So this card's going to come from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And you have upper world angels, divine helpers, the ancient ones, and all varieties of luminous beings populate the upper world. It is the place where you go to retrieve your destiny and find out who you will become, discover your great potentials and undreamt of possibilities. It is also the place where the spirits of the dead arrive when they complete their journey to the light. The upper world is calling you to step into your fully realized self. Clear distractions so that you can move into a higher destiny. Do not fall to the temptation to craft a slightly more improved version of yourself. What you perceive as a problem or an obstacle is, in fact, the irritation you need to take the great leap. Remember, you cannot cross the Grand Canyon in 2 small jumps. And the 9th house, Sagittarius, this is foreign things, travel, especially foreign, philosophies, religions that are foreign, higher education. From a yogic path, you have the Tejas, subtle essence of intelligence and courage, radiant and glowing. Your intellect and courage glistens in your eyes. You have a radiant glow to you that reflects your passion within. You are on this planet for a reason and are deeply committed to your higher purpose. You carry a spark of energy that uplifts those around you and are a natural born leader. As a warrior of love, you are committed to raising the vibration of this planet, even if it sparks controversy. By being your highest self and committing to your truth, you encourage others to do the same. Continue sharing your spark with others who have lost theirs. The 10th house, this is Capricorn, your house of your highest achievements, especially in your career. It's also about building from firm foundations. So this card is from the Heart Path Oracle deck. You have sweet hawks. Hearts are everywhere. If you want to see them, they appear in this card 4 times. They symbolize feelings, love, and passion, while 4 indicates stability and strong foundations. If you are currently alone, you will not be for long. Be ready and open to the possibility that a life-changing and enduring love relationship is about to enter your life. If you are already in one, it will become even closer. Acknowledge and release stuck emotions and shed them like an old skin, giving them to the universe. Have a little ceremony alone or with friends and find creative ways to let those feelings go. Write them down on paper and attach them to a kite and watch them soar. You could also burn it in a dish or other safe place and watch them transform to smoke. When you release the old, the new comes rushing in. 2 loving hawks are safely nestled in a shelter created by branches growing from the 2 hearts. 2 is the sign of partnership, balance, and communication. Hawks are solar birds and connect Earth with the heavens. They teach us how to feel love, joy, and even ecstasy. Through them, you are able to access other dimensions and see your life and relationships in a new way. If you ever find yourself in a difficult period, whether at work or at home, don't get hung up with the small details. Like the hawks, fly high above the situation and see the bigger picture. One of the greatest gifts you can give to the world is your vision of a brighter and more positive future. Visionaries are always ahead of their time, but have faith and know you are not alone. The 2 golden rings encircling the pink rose symbolize infinity, no beginning and no end, like love. Fly with the hawks and you will find calm and a profound peace of mind. Okay, my dears, the 11th house associated with Aquarius. This is about your uniqueness, to stand apart from society, to not follow the norms. And it's also about your ability to be a humanitarian. This is going to be from the Sacred Geometry deck, and you have nucleus, core issues. Like the core of an atom, this angelic guardian resides in the center of creation. Around and within move golden rings of energy and diamond geometry. She is contained and container. Celestial bodies such as the comet and lunar eclipse act as signposts of the movement of the heavens and the passage of time. Pulling the nucleus card shows that you are at the core of an issue or the center of debate. It is a place of beginning and of inspiration. It is a position of leadership from which to move into the world or out into space and gain your wings. This is a time of energizing ideas and coming to terms with issues. There are those who will make unreasonable demands on your energy, and in doing so ask you to make a decision or take a position that may not be in your best interest. Be advised not to ignore or glaze over the situation. Take a proactive stance and know that this will help you find the solution to your question. And the 12th house, the house of Pisces. This is about your beliefs. It's about things that can sometimes be hidden from you, your self-undoing. the parts of society that are dejected from the normal parts of society. So our card's going to come from the White Light Oracle, and we have Obadidar. You may consider yourself to be a feisty, independent, strong person rather than one who is docile and surrendered in spirit. A vibrant and powerful personality may feel initial resistance or confusion when asked to become soft to the way of spirit. Yet this sort of obedience is not about giving away your power or becoming something you are not. When we are receptive to spirit, we become more unique, not less. This oracle asks us to get out of our own way. Often, we make things more difficult for ourselves, even when our intentions are good. This is because we see things from a limited or partial perspective. This doesn't mean we should refuse to act at all. It just means that as we practice sensing and following spirit, by tuning into the heart, we will act from a more centered and wisely guided place. Our actions will be more likely to hit the mark when we flow with the greater wisdom of life. Far-reaching positive consequences awaken. Recognizing that spirit is wiser than your own personal opinion is the prelude to true awakening. The more awakened we are, the more genuine benefit for all beings can unfold through our endeavors. Okay, Cancer, let's see what I've got for you intuitively. It looks like something about your romantic life might be a center focus for you this month, which may be something to just rest in the beauty of it and the lushness of it, and really feel your heart space starting to be with passion again. You've had, I know when I did the book readings, I feel like a reoccurring, like angelic theme coming through. Something about a presence around you, supporting you, being there for you, that's a complementary energy that you're not giving yourself. So it's showing up for you out of mere support. And I see like the radiance of this being is not shining so much gold, but it's bringing you a restoration to your very depth, like to your root. And it's also lifting your heart to a higher frequency that is about more of the universal love and feeling sort of closer to society, like feeling restored to loving society in a very beautiful way. Something about how you're showing up in the world may be slowing down. You may need to once again kind of get in touch with something about your need to root and not really even be in the world so much. You can have your antennae out a little bit, putting a little bit of your feelers out, but you're definitely in a stance of you want to be hidden, you want to remain quiet and quietly receive from some sort of great energy that mothers, that is kind, that is gentle in your home. And it's important to be in a space that is deep, away from the hustle and bustle and society. You almost need to be cloaked in the mist of the forest. Yeah, there's something here about connecting to aligning with the tree, like feeling the heart of the tree and being like the tree, receiving the spirits through your branches while you're rooted deeply. Again, it's like more roots here. And like you will, by rooting, it's like you're going to completely restore and be able to be so incredibly vivacious from your heart chakra up. Like everything that you have to integrate into your reality will just be alive, because from below, what's nurturing it is also very well taken care of, very secure. I see that you may feel a little bit displaced from the earth, and that you're almost living on the moon, and in a way you're okay with that. Like, you can see the earth for what it is, you have a new perspective on it, and you have some nice distance from it while you're in the energy of something feminine and nurturing. Even if it feels a little bit empty, it's very peaceful to just have distance from the world. I see you kind of alone, and it may be a little bit too dark for you. Like, as you're spending time alone, you may feel a little lackluster, and your passions are definitely subdued and pushed very far to the background. But there's something that's glowing about you, and you're covering your ear as if like you don't need to hear the world, and you just need to kind of gaze away at something else than everything that's been around you, all your distractions, and just feel illuminated. And it looks like you may have something that comes towards you in your environment that is very cunning, that sees very clearly, that is very powerful, and sort of overtakes you. And it has this godlike presence in your life, soars above anything on the earthly plane. And honestly, it doesn't feel too friendly. It feels kind of menacing, and like it doesn't truly care about you. Like it has its eyes on its own agenda, but yet it's a strong presence in your life. And again, I see, in your day-to-day life, there's a balance that needs to come into your foundation. What you stand on needs to be very balanced. You will probably need the assistance of something outside of you to heal, and it's not going to be of this realm. It's from a different realm. It's a very beautiful restorative frequency. And you almost need to receive something that's permanent from it, rather than just a few words, although you should listen, because it may have a message for you if you're able to hear, or just sort of tune in psychically to it. And there may be some images that come along with it that are profound, that may be something that you want to use as almost like a totem to help you remember what this message is, what's being given to you by this force. You have been a very nurturing presence to people, and you've acted in your highest good for their benefit. And this is what makes you shine. This is your God or godlike power that you have. And right now you may not be doing that so much, but perhaps you're just in your own space and this power is still with you and maybe growing stronger. And it is connected to love. And whatever you are able to give out will be reflected back at you. It's definitely an energy that gives back to you. As far as going deep this month, it's your third eye. You need to reconnect with your third eye. I would definitely spend some time meditating, thinking about energies that are winged. So birds, if there's a bird that's special to you, or an angel, something that lives or dwells in the higher realms that could bring you great insight. Definitely. And again, here I'm seeing meditation, that same type of color coming through that you're connecting to. You carry a lot of energy that's very godlike already. It's just that you may be so much in this energy and not communicating to the higher realms still, that you will be able to do that, and it will be very emotionally nurturing for you, and you will be able to be grounded yet in that higher frequency at the same time. That's very, very beautiful to see. And again, I'm getting a message that you are maybe building something with someone, like your lives are coming together, you're networking, that there might be something that you love, that you are ecstatic about, like surrounding, like almost making a nest, I feel, for love, for partnership. And this is a very equal give and take feeling if you do have someone in your life that they're very enmeshed and you have very much the same vision, the same plans, It's beautiful. So, let's see here. Yeah, I'm seeing you a little bit weak, but yet activated, like you are, it's like you're balanced, but now like your physical self, like your energetic body seems to be doing well, but maybe your physical body is still a little bit wore thin. But it's almost as if it's becoming completely transformed, like there's a dying away of your old self-identity, and you're reforming into something more pure and greater than you were before physically. But it's definitely an entire process to do that, and you are beginning to do that, but you have more work to do with it. So you're showing quite a bit of mastery. And I see you at your best where you've almost made, again, you've got this beautiful eagle, angelic appearance. You've got lots of wings going on here, angel wings and bird wings in this reading. It's just incredible. So you're vulnerable, but you're embracing yourself, you're hugging yourself, and you're directing your heart or your hand chakra energy towards your throat, allowing that to recharge, you're becoming more in touch with your personal truth and how you want to give and receive in the world. You're getting the messages to your third eye, through your crown chakra. They're not only coming through you, but they're surrounding you with protection. And you're almost in your own sort of nest of energy that you've created. You're very, very safe, and you're restoring. And it's absolutely beautiful. Oh, good for you. So thank you for being with me, Cancer. I absolutely love this reading. Please stay safe this month. Give yourself tons of love and take care. I hope that you'll join me for any of my other readings. Sending you love.